Oh man. Thanks.
The Walking Dead by Telltale Games is a third-person adventure game that focuses on surviving during the zombie apocalypse. Instead of focusing on hardcore survival instincts or strong shooting mechanics, the game emphasizes dialogues and making tough decisions in difficult situations. But how are Telltale able to take people talking and doing simple actions and make it so engaging? If modern shooters had the cinematic or movie-like spectacle to them, then Telltale's games are focusing more on television or almost stage play-like emphasis. The game takes place in the quiet moments and exchanges in between different people. The staging of the scenes has a slow camera motion which allows you to focus on becoming Lee, as well as understanding your surroundings. This grounds the players in the ideal that the game will be both slower and emphasize a different tract. Since the action of the game takes place in conversation, it is safe to say that choices are our weapons. The intricate dialogue system allows for minor branches in our interactions to change the way that we influence the people we are talking to. The game opens with the statement that the game tailors to the choices we make, and then has a nice introduction that shows us how we have the ability to say what we want, though we might not always mean what we say. The game allows us to make changes to our game world that drastically affects the way the game plays out, and shows that we have a lasting effect on the world.
What the fuck's the problem? No!
But not quite. Telltale crafts these games to emphasize the player's choices and to show that the game adapts to the choices we make as the character. But if, like life, some things are irreversible and some things are unavoidable, then what does choice in Telltale's The Walking Dead really mean? The answer is simple. It's character-oriented. In the first scene, the police officer offers up this statement.
Well, I reckon you didn't do it then.
For the rest of the game, we are identifying as Lee and deciding whether or not we are that person. Every decision we make affirms or denies that. Some are more of a gray area, and some are more general, but all the major decisions in Lee's stories seem to be torn between him being branded as a murderer and what he would do for Clementine, what he would do from his past, and what he wants to be for his future, and how that defines him in the present. Choice is my weapon. Not against the walkers, not against the people who wish us harm, but choice is the weapon against ourselves. The game is so intimate, so painful at times, because the thematic questions, the situations in the world, and those knee-jerk reactions are kinetically tied to us. Vicariously, we are able to live out the idea of what would we do in those situations. Would we choose to be merciful? Would we deceive people?
You're going to have to depend on the honesty of strangers if you're going to make it.
Will we make a decision not based on its merits, but because we are afraid? What would you do if you were Lee Everett?